Okay, welcome to lesson 39 audio. First time, don't listen. Second time, we will look and listen. Third time, we will repeat. Here we go.
Don't listen. Don't listen.
First
First
time.
time,
Your
don't
ears,
listen.
people.
Okay.
Yeah, cover your ears, Glassy. I'm gonna get you to. First time, don't look. Second time, we will look and listen, and the third time, we will repeat. Good thing it's not live.
Katie e Liam estão conversando sobre suas viagens. Listen to Katie and Liam talk about traveling.
Katie, do you travel a lot?
Yes, Liam, I travel a lot for work.
When are you going to travel again?
I'm going to travel next week. I'm going to LA, New York, and Washington, D.C.
That's nice. I'd love to travel more too.
Well, traveling is very interesting, but sometimes I would like to stay home and rest.
What a shame. Why does it have to be like that?
What do you mean?
I want to travel, and I never can. And you can travel, but prefer to stay home.
That's true.
Okay, what did you understand? Anybody?
Arriscar. I understood that Katie travel a lot for work.
Okay, so good, very good. Just one little thing. How do you say você trabalha?
You work.
How do you say ela trabalha?
She works.
How do you say Katie trabalha?
Katie works.
How do you say Katie viaja?
Katie travels.
There we go. Okay, good.
Era o Szinho no final, né? Que faltou.
Yes.
Ok. Agora eu perdi meu raciocínio.
Yes, I'm
peraí.
sorry. I'm so sorry. So Katie works. Katie travels for work.
Katie works for work, but she doesn't like much because her would like to stay. Ai, meu Deus. To stay more at home.
Okay. So she doesn't like it. Remember, like is medroso, so she doesn't like it much because she would rather stay at home, or she prefers to stay at home. Very nice. Nicely done. Nonato, anything to add?
A lot of takes a lot.
What's that?
The man said that he likes to travel, but when he is traveling, he like to stay at home. This is this is opposite.
Okay. It's the opposite. Okay. So he likes to travel, but she likes to stay home. Not he likes to stay home, right? So he likes to travel, but she likes to stay home. And that's the opposite. Very good. That's why he asked, why does it have to be like that? Why do I? Because I'll tell you why, because the grass is always greener on the other side. The grass is always greener on the other side. That's our expression. You know, we have the similar expression in Portuguese, but ours is the grass is always greener on the other side. A grama é sempre mais verde no outro lado.
Mas a gente fala também essa mesmo.
A grama
Em
é mais
outra,
verde.
mas essa também é.
Yeah.
A grama do vizinho é sempre mais verde.
Yeah, do vizinho, exactly. So that's
não
a little
é literalmente
bit
a mesma
different.
coisa.
Literalmente a mesma coisa, not literally.
Não, não é literalmente a mesma coisa.
But yeah, it's very, very similar. Yeah.
Sim.
Very good. Okay, let's look and listen.
No, wait.
Oh.
I know something.
You said you didn't want to say anything.
Yeah, because we are not on ao vivo, but we are recording. No.
Yeah, that's why we're being recorded, but we're not live.
I gave up. No, kidding. Não, o homem, não, a mulher. Kate would travel. No, ela ia viajar.
She was going to travel?
Was going to travel to. Não, quem quer viajar? Para LA, Washington, D.C. and
Katie, I think it was Katie, wasn't it?
Katie. Yes, and one more place I can't remember.
LA, New York, and
New
WDC.
York, yes. The same side, né? Very near, but that's okay.
Yeah, right. They're neighbors.
Yeah.
Okay, so she was going to travel to those other places. Good, very nice. All right, let's listen and look.
Katie, do you travel a lot?
Yes, Liam, I travel a lot for work.
When are you going to travel again?
I'm going to travel next week. I'm going to LA, New York, and Washington, D.C.
That's nice. I'd love to travel more too.
Well, traveling is very interesting, but sometimes I would like to stay home and rest.
What a shame. Why does it have to be like that?
What do you mean?
I want to travel, and I never can. And you can travel, but prefer to stay home.
That's true.
Okay, so what is something that you didn't catch the first time that you understood the second time looking and listening? Is there anything that you didn't understand the first time that you understood the second time when you looked, when you read it?
Vale o que eu não entendi. O que significa rest?
Ah, good. Rest. Rest. What is rest? Do you know, Nonato?
Rest is descansar.
Yes, very good. So there's a term in the military. In the military, they say, I am going on leave for R&R, rest and relaxation. So sometimes we use that. We say, I need some R&R. I need some rest and relaxation.
I need it all the time.
Yes. I think that there are a few of us that could use, like, I don't know, a year, 2 years of R&R. I think we could appreciate that. Very good. Anything, Nonato, anything that you understood the second time that you didn't understand the first time?
Why does it have to be like that?
Uh-huh.
Aqui na leitura eu vi se seria, né, 3 verbos fortes, né? O does, o have e o to be.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Very good point. So let's look at that. When we have, first of all, does is an auxiliary verb. Have is not automatically an auxiliary verb. Have is only an auxiliary verb in the perfect tenses. I have been, I have had, I will have had. Okay, in those sentences, have is an auxiliary verb. So here, have is not an auxiliary verb. It just means tem que. Why does it have to? Por que que tem que? Why does it have to be? Por que que tem que ser? And now we are seeing the exception to the verb to be being a strong verb. The verb to be is not a strong verb when we have the infinitive, or if we just have be, which is the infinitive without to. That is the exception. Why don't we talk about that at the beginning? Because look when it happened. We're on lesson 39, and it hasn't happened until lesson 39. So we, instead of having one more thing to worry about when we talk about strong verbs and weak verbs in lesson 1, we talk about exceptions to strong verbs and weak verbs, which is like the verb to be as a when we have the infinitive. So the verb to be, we don't consider the verb to be as a strong verb because it's in the infinitive form instead of I am, you are.
Teacher, you had never talked about it before during the classes. I didn't know it.
Yeah, exactly. Because it almost,
I'm writing.
it hardly ever happens. It hardly ever
That's
happens.
why we are recording.
Yes, there's some.
So, but I have a question about it. Like, you said that the verb to be is not a strong verb because when it's infinitive, right?
Yes.
But actually, the don't, why does it have the does? Isn't it about the have? Isn't it linked to have? Why does it have to be? So to be, it's just still in infinitive, right?
Right. Yes. Yeah. So for example, you could say you could change it to why does it have to go like that? Right? Why does it have to go like that? Would be the same thing. To go would be the infinitive. So you can
So
change
why is
that.
not why is it not a strong verb when it's in infinitive? If the doesn't is not about the be.
Well, because
Deus quer, né?
what do we always say? What did Nonato said that that's a strong verb? Why? Because we talk about the verb to be being a strong verb,
Mhm.
but it's the verb to be conjugated and not the
Yeah.
verb to be in the infinitive.
Right.
So it's just to clarify that.
So in an infinitive, could I say like don't be? But that's not infinitive. That's imperative.
Well,
right?
technically it is. It's the infinitive saying be, without be. It's the base form. So if you look at the linguistics of it, when we have the reason that can come to, right, is because what we use is the infinitive. The base form is the infinitive saying to. So there is the infinitive. I think it's called, if I'm not mistaken, it's called the naked infinitive. The naked infinitive doesn't have to. And then the full infinitive is to eat, to be. Okay. So technically it's still the infinitive, even though it doesn't have to. The base
So
form.
it's not imperative.
Right. Well, it would be saying, if you say, because they're both technically infinitive. So if you just say the infinitive isn't strong, then it takes care of both of those cases.
Okay.
It's like don't be mad at me,
Right.
for example.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
We
normally if we
can-
say don't be anything, right? Don't be happy, don't be mad, don't be sad, don't be glad.
Yeah.
If
Yes.
I say just that to be is strong, I can't have don't with be.
Mhm.
But because be is a naked infinitive, then we can
Mhm.
have it with don't. But if I say I am, then we consider that strong.
So when we say to be or not to be, then we don't use don't. We use not. To
Exactly.
be or don't to be.
Yeah, to be or not
To
to
be
be.
or not to
Exactly.
be.
Yeah. But again, that's also archaic language. So
Essa coisa bem
because it's
antiga que a gente
Shakespeare,
não-
just keep
não,
that in mind as well.
brincando, eu não sabia também. Teacher Willy,
Yep.
why you American people?
Why do you
say what a shame when you want to say, oh, mas como que isso acontece? A gente não fala que vergonha, você gosta de tal
Right,
coisa.
mas vocês falam que pena. Por que vocês usam
Que
pena?
pena, então por que não
Sim,
usa
mas
aquilo? What a pity, ou se não? Hã?
well, pena é okay. Pena de ganso, pena de galinha,
Não,
pena
professor.
de... Okay,
Vocês também têm que pena. That's bad, não? That's okay?
That's a
That's a
pity.
pity.
That's a
That's
pity.
a pity ou tem outro lá, né? Como é
Mas
que é?
tem vários sentidos de várias palavras. Nós não vamos... Você...
Too bad.
E
That's too bad.
se nós entrarmos na coisa de por que uma expressão é assim, nós
Não,
vamos ficar aqui o dia
ok.
inteiro, né?
Don't be mad.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad, mas a coisa é que nós não podemos fazer, principalmente com expressões que vêm de 1000 anos atrás e tem algum cara estava lá no campo e decidiu falar alguma coisa.
But is it common to say what a shame?
Yes,
In this
I would say,
situation?
I think what a shame is actually, well, what a pity, what a shame.
It's more used than what a pity, right?
I think so, but the thing is that's too bad is the most used of all of them. That I would say that's too bad is probably 5 times more used than the other two.
Okay.
All right. Okay, let's repeat. Let's start with Laura. Katie, do you travel a lot?
Katie, do you travel a lot?
Good. Nonato, yes, Liam, I travel a lot for work.
Yes, Liam, I travel a lot for work.
Good. Glassy, when are you going to travel again?
When are you going to travel again?
Good. Laura, I'm going to travel next week.
I'm going to travel next week.
Nonato?
I'm going to...
Oh, wait. Eu vou só porque eu estava treinando minha pronúncia para ajudar. Então, daí eu treinei tanto e não quero gastar aquele tempo que eu treinei. I'm going to LA, New York, and Washington, D.C.
I'm going to LA, New York, and Washington, D.C.
Washington,
Washington, D.C.
Yeah, so é importante falar certo porque o estado é o melhor estado da União. Então tem que
Claro.
pronunciar Washington bem certinho.
Washington.
E quando fala
Wa-
Los Angeles, a abreviação de Los Angeles é como. Eu já tive um aluno, eu adorei isso. Um aluno falou que é como o nordestino fala. Alguém pergunta, por que você fez isso? Porque é lei. Right? É
E
lei.
olha,
É
funciona, né?
lei. É lei. É lei.
LA.
A partir daí que eu comecei
I've
a
never
pensar.
heard it. Porque é
Não,
lei.
mas foi uma brincadeira,
Porque é
né?
lei.
É lei, isso daí é lei, tem que obedecer a lei. Então,
Oh, no,
entendeu? Eu nunca mais esqueci, agora sempre falo certo. É a lei, é a lei.
LA.
Só que tem que falar que nem os
LA.
nordestinos, né? É a lei.
Graças a Deus para meus alunos, porque a metade do que eu tenho eu ganhei deles. All right.
graças a Deus por meus alunos.
O que eu falei?
Pelos meus
Pelo?
alunos.
É.
Para.
Ai,
Thank
ai.
you. Thank you very much. Laura, that's nice. I'd love to travel more too.
That's nice. I'd love to travel more too.
Very good. Nonato, well, traveling is very interesting, but sometimes I would like to stay home and rest.
Well, travel is very interesting, but sometimes I'd like to stay at home and rest.
Good. Gracie, what a shame. Why does it have to be like that?
What a shame. Why does it have to be like that?
Laura, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
Yeah, so what do, we have a reduction of what do that we say whata. Everybody, whata.
Water,
Whata.
water.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you
What
mean?
do you mean?
Good, perfect. Nonato, I want to travel and I never can.
I want to travel and I never can.
Gracie, and you can travel but prefer to stay at home.
And you can travel, but I understand o que eu tô bem. But prefer to stay home or at home?
Either one. Yeah, they both work.
Ok.
Eu corrigi, eu falei um pouco
Eu
diferente
vi que tem
aqui.
dois at home ali. Uhum.
Yeah, eu fiz algumas mudanças aqui. Eu achei que eu já tivesse feito, por isso eu li um pouquinho diferente do que vocês.
Ok.
Laura, that's true.
That's true.
That's true. It is true. Thank you so much for being here today with us for the audio from lesson 39. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget that at the end of what I'm saying now, you will see 2 videos, and one of those videos will be for lesson 39, the first part of lesson 39, where you will be able to see the presentation of the lesson and not just the audio, so don't miss that. Also, you'll be able to see another video that YouTube thinks that you'll like, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, become part of our community and part of the ACES Nation that we have here online. Então, se você ainda não fizer parte da nossa comunidade, se inscreva na minha carinha que vai aparecer aqui agora. Até a próxima vez. Eu sou o professor Willy. Keep studying and don't give up.